Greetings and welcome to Make It Make Sense. Today we're going to dive into a scripture in the Bible. I think it's in Matthew chapter 4. Okay. Where it speaks about the devil tempting Jesus Christ. And most people believe that Jesus Christ is a man who existed thousands of years ago. But that would never make any sense. And people believe that the devil is some entity on the outside that would tempt you to do things. That in itself also would never ever make any sense. It's all nonsense. And the reason why I'm saying that is because everything exists in consciousness. If you're not conscious or aware, you would not be able to speak. You would not be able to do anything. As a matter of fact, if I was to put you on a scale and check your weight, and then in less than 5 minutes you were to die, and then I weigh you, you would realize that the intelligence that is in you doesn't really weigh anything. You see, your nothingness is invisible. Your nothingness can't really die. You can change dimension. Your nothingness, which is your invisible self, is your true essence, which means that you are eternal. That's why you're told that you have the breath of life. And that breath of life is God life. So when it states that the Christ was tempted by the devil, being in a lonely place on a high mountain. You see, high mountain, I'll speak about this place right here. Okay? When you're in a higher state of consciousness, a place whereby you transcend, you come to realize the power of light and darkness. You come to understand your positive and negative self. You come to realize that it is your own thoughts that is creating everything. And so you'll have thoughts that are destructive, and you'll have thoughts that are creative and uplifting. And so when you face your mind battle, you will find that the mind battle would increase as your power and your understanding increase. So when you talk about taking the Christ into a high mountain, it is a high place of contemplation. Okay? But most people believe that there was a literal man 2,000 years ago with special powers, and this man was by himself alone. Yet, they were able to record the conversation and everything that would have taken place between this man and the devil, or who they refer to as the devil. But the devil is just your lower self, your negative self, that would want to have you to do things that would only be of the carnal mind instead of the Christ consciousness. So, my brothers and my sisters, this is basically saying even until when you discover your Christ consciousness and you have overcome many things in life, you're faced with a time whereby you be on the verge of almost caving in. Because, for example, when you're in a state of hunger, no food for this physical body, but you understand that you're a spirit and you're having a human experience, and that hunger is only a feeling. Because taste and all of these different things that we identify ourselves with, they're just electrical waves that is going through our system. And the brain being a transmitter and receiver frequency, sending that kind of frequency and so on, and we think it's real. And so you have to strengthen your mind when you're having in a conversation or self-talk. So he's showing you what will happen with self-talk and how you must put the devil under your feet, which is your negative self, the destructive self of you, the self of you that want to keep you under the energy of fear instead of you vibrating under the energy of love. So my brother, my sisters, next time someone try to tell you that the devil tempt Jesus upon a mountain and they think it is literal and secular history, you have to turn around now and make it make sense by showing them it all have to do with their psyche. For as a man thinketh in his heart or his subconscious mind are in the invisible, so shall it be established in the visible three-dimensional world. That is why the only thing that can betray you is your own thoughts. Yeah. So they try to say Judas was of the devil and so on. No, it is your own thoughts that will betray you and let you down and so on. Okay. So my brother, my sisters, everything that you read in the Bible is all about you. That is why I'm saying, unless it makes sense to you, then it is just pure nonsense. So let's say there was a literal man, as most people believe, and he was up in a literal mountain, as they believe, and a literal being appeared and was speaking to this man. Okay, how could the conversation be recorded if someone didn't put it in writing? And how could they put it in writing if it wasn't forced in their mind? So it means that the mouth of God is actually the mind of man. And the mind of man is actually the mouth of God. So my brother, my sisters, end the confusion by learning that the Bible is actually a book of mind science. And everything that's written in it have to do with your mind. So this story must never be taken literally. Just as all the other stories in the Bible, none of it should be taken literally. It must be understood metaphysically and esoterically. It must be understood psychologically. And it must all be pointing to look inwardly, not outwardly. For it is your own thoughts that create your reality and your personality. So take accountability. Take accountability for your life and stop blaming the devil, thinking that the devil is some entity outside of yourself. Everything takes place in consciousness. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I can go on and on, but definitely going to come to a close here, and I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me and what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you, if it really resonates with you and you have a subscriber already, I'm definitely encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at Black Mad Guru. If you like to get my books, the links are all down in the description. I have about 10 or more books to choose from. You want to book a one-on-one with me, you can just drop me an email. Let's get going. Also, you want to become a part of my Free Thinkers and Seekers University. I try to post a masterclass there weekly to help you in a spiritual journey. So the choice is yours. Also, if you want to become a part of my Patreon community, I would just want to let you know that I have a course there for people who are donating $20 or more. And it's just called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciousness. And along with that is a bonus course on self-concept. So you have a number of videos that you can listen to help you on your spiritual journey. But all in all, my last encouragement to you is to make sure that you check out all of the links that are down below. And definitely let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.